well, here we go.
Here we go, yo.
Here we go.
Yo.
If that doesn't get you hype, what does?
I don't know.
What does? Really? If you can't get hype after listening to Tribe Called Quest,
Well, bless
leaders of the new school
bless
scenario.
the young children. The young children, they're little. They don't know.
Welcome to episode 5 of the Where's Brunch podcast.
5.
We are in
5 alive.
the building.
5 alive. 5 alive.
Brocky and Trina in the building. What up, man?
Hey,
Am I high fiving right
High
now?
five for episode 5.
High five for episode 5. It's very cheesy, but I'm with it because it's you.
Okay. Thank you.
I wouldn't usually do that for people.
I appreciate you.
Let's sip something.
Okay, cool.
Let's get to it, man. For the people watching,
Hello.
we are sipping an unnamed bubbly because
Cheers.
this is not a sponsored episode.
It's not sponsored, ladies and gentlemen.
This is interesting looking. It has like almost a green tint to it.
Well, I said straw. Hey,
So
straw.
I'm looking through the top and it has like maybe some like a little golden.
Yeah, because you get your green hues from your pants too. So
No, I'm still doing the same thing and I moved it.
okay,
It's all good. I'm sipping it.
Okay, me too.
This is a cava
Uh-huh.
out of Spain. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like that.
Very good. Yummy, 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 yummy.
How you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Don't try to flip it back on me.
Because you always ask me to do it. So now I feel like this is equal opportunity. We want to know how you're doing.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm all right, man. Insomnia. Insomnia is a thing for me still, but I at least found a doctor. I didn't reach out to him yet, but I found a doctor, so now we gotta figure some stuff out.
Okay.
My insomnia is crazy. Do we talk about that this episode, or do I save that?
I don't know. Does it need its own episode?
No, it does not need its own episode.
Okay, but I mean, we can talk about it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get into that as the conversation goes along. But not right now, though.
Yeah.
But I'm good though. I mean, sleep was kind of crazy last night, but I feel good.
Good. I'm glad.
And you?
I feel great. My nose is running a little bit, but
That's
who knows what
that's
it
a thing.
is. The weather's changed.
The weather is changing.
I'm super cold. I'm dying.
As as someone said, the summer literally checked out. Like as soon as their shift was over, they left.
It's like
Summer
deuces.
left.
Like for real.
It's fall outside, yo.
I thought we was gonna have Indian summer. And
Oh,
they
is
call
that
it.
politically correct now?
Oh, excuse me.
Yo, is that correct now?
Do we not say that now anymore?
Yo, what's up with you though, man?
Nothing much.
Nothing much.
Nothing.
How was your week?
It was rough, but I'm tired of it being rough. I would like it to be easy and smooth and all of those things, and it's not.
Yeah, we're gonna get there though.
Yes, we are.
I mean, that since we there, you wanna talk about it?
I guess.
It's a thing people might be able to relate to.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really hear about it much, though. It's one of those weird things or a diagnosis of sorts. So I have Hashimoto's thyroid disease. Well, I have Hashimoto's thyroiditis and then hypothyroidism. So that means it's two different things. That means my thyroid is underperforming. That's number one. And number two, with the Hashimoto's, that means my cells are attacking my thyroid because they think it's a foreign invader. So it's already low performing. But then on top of that, it's like fighting off all these things going on inside of my body. Like my body is going haywire.
Those are two different diseases.
They're two different diseases that I'm diagnosed.
Do people commonly get both of them?
It's
common for that to happen.
Like usually what happens is you might get one diagnosis first and then you start having some additional symptoms and then you get the other. But for me, I was diagnosed with both at the same time.
Right.
So I had to get some books and learn what each thing was and that it's not the same.
Right.
So let's see. I have like a gluten intolerance. What else?
Is that related to those things that comes along with that too?
It's recommended by most doctors or most practitioners that if you have Hashimoto's, you should totally abandon gluten in your diet because
that's tough.
It's making your body work even harder.
And some food items that you normally see gluten in is pretty much everything.
Everything has gluten in it.
Right.
It's like an additive it's thrown into so many things that you have to really read closely to just check and see if you see the components, or to see that it's certified gluten-free.
Right.
So back in the day, gluten-free wasn't really like this readily available thing. But for people who have celiac disease, it's crucial.
Right.
Like, it'll kill them. For me, I have the non-celiac gluten sensitivity. So I don't have celiac disease, but I do have the gluten sensitivity.
Okay.
So my body is working crazy hard to just stay afloat. And as a result of that, I don't know if you remember, like, way back when Oprah was talking about her body and her weight gain, and she was saying that it was because of her thyroid, and people were like, yeah, right, whatever. It was like way back when she was like fighting her weight situations. It actually does lead to weight gain.
Right. When the thyroid malfunctions.
When your thyroid is malfunctioning, it's messing with your pituitary gland. It's messing with how you metabolize things. It's messing with your metabolism. It can often lead to people having depression. It can just, because you're down, your body feels like sluggish and all these things. And it's just like, it just snowballs. And most doctors, regular practitioners, don't really delve deep into it. You have to find like a specialist outside of even an endocrinologist, because you need someone who's really going to do the work and do the testing and do all of these things to get to the root cause of your body and what's going on with your body.
Wow.
So I got diagnosed like in 2017. And I remember one of the first things was, okay, well, you live in a warm climate, so stay in the warm, because it's good for your body, because you're also susceptible to being cold all the time.
Right, which is why you have on a sweatshirt right now. Because you were cold. No, really though.
Freezing.
Because you got cold.
Yeah, the temperature dips, and I feel it in a different way than everybody else. Like, I'm extra cold.
Right.
So my body is just out of whack, and it's just not a good feeling. I feel bloated. I feel like all these things, and it affects my sleep.
Right.
Sometimes I'm waking up, and it's just between you not sleeping good and me not sleeping good.
It gets kind of funky. Sometimes we, like last night, come to find out you weren't sleeping well.
Yeah.
And I wasn't either. So we're both there, kind of awake. Trying to go back to sleep.
Trying to get to sleep.
Failing, succeeding here and there, because sometimes I can tell you're sleeping and you tell me that I was sleeping at certain times, and I felt like I didn't sleep the whole damn night almost. I'm like, when? You know what I mean? So that is kind of crazy like that.
So it's not fun. And I'm having a rough spell these last couple of weeks. But I realized that there were some things that I was eating that had gluten that I didn't realize. And also a soy component. We're also supposed to watch soy.
Right. Now, let's be transparent too. Like, we be going out. We wear brunch. We be brunching. We be brunching.
And I try very hard to stick to the situation.
That's so what I've been witnessing is you trying hard. That's you trying very hard.
Listen, if we're gonna do this, we can't even go to brunch. If that's the case, if I'm gonna just go and cold turkey, then we just can't go.
You said we twice just now.
Yeah, we.
What are you talking about?
Because we are where's brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can still go. We can go.
Well, what I'm supposed to do?
What I'm supposed to do? Oh man, you got to figure some other stuff out on it. Because also you were finding out, like, someone made a point to you that the like red meat, chicken, all those meats outside of seafood, like here in the U.S. they add so much stuff to it, and it can mess with your hormones and stuff. Because
my hormones are already underperforming, adding USDA certified meats that have been injected with hormones and all of these things are making my underperforming thyroid try to function even harder, because I'm introducing more hormones into my body. And it's just it's a recipe for disaster. So I basically should only eat like vegetables and seafood
Right.
And it has to be a certain kind of seafood. They say oily,
Like salmon
like
and
salmon and things like that.
But is there something about the like a cod? Cod is not considered oily, right?
No, it's not.
Something like a cod, like a white fish that is bad for you.
No.
Okay.
I just think that they just recommend like oily.
Right.
But I
What
noticed
else? Tuna? Is tuna considered oily? Okay, gotcha.
I noticed that just changing the diet to just the vegetables, and
It's tough.
it's really hard, and it's very hard in our relationship because you can eat whatever.
Yeah.
And I be thinking that I can too. And I can't.
Right.
And I can't.
It's
really
tough.
hard.
I mean, those kind of things. It's tough. Like being in a relationship and making those adjustments with a lot of things is tough. Like even with being in two different phases of like working out and stuff like that. Like okay, well, like when I started the program, we doing this work. We're not doing a workout program right now. Let's be for real about it. But I started off doing a program first, and I did the first 6 weeks. And so I got to a point where I'm like, all right, well, I can't, if I continue to follow this meal program, I'm going to vanish. That's not, where I want to be. So I need to start introducing some of these things. By the time you started it, I'm like, well, I'm gonna have some and pizza every now and then. I might have me a burger here and there or some fries, and you're like, I want to have it too.
Yeah.
It's like that. You know what I'm saying? Relationships is tough. Being independent of each other and being in a relationship, especially at the stage that we're at. Like we're still, saying we're about to be 2 years in. We're 2 years in basically.
Yeah.
And it's like
a week away from 2 years in.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like doing things apart. Like I noticed recently, like if I get out of bed or if I you'll wake up. You can tell I'm gone, and then you wake up.
Where you
and
at?
Get up.
Where you at? Why you get up? What you doing?
Yo, it's crazy. It's wild. You know what I mean? It's wild, man.
Yeah. So I realize that I have to go on this journey of healing all over again.
Yeah.
I don't want to say to get back to what I was in Florida, but to get to a better space here, I have to figure out how to get there here and heal my body all over again.
We're gonna work this out.
Detox.
I mean, I'm with it. Like I told y'all, I'll eat I love seafood and vegetables. I mean, I can't eat shrimp and stuff like that.
You can't eat
shellfish. But
hey, listen, the fish here is not cheap like it was there.
No, not at all.
It's a different kind of thing here.
It's more expensive here in my neighborhood than it is in your neighborhood.
Listen, I looked at some snapper, $35 a pound.
That's crazy, man.
I'm so confused because I could buy a whole fish for $10 maybe in Florida.
Right, and that's the thing.
A Bahamian red snapper.
That's the thing. No, you can't because you don't live in Florida. Welcome to the DMV.
I don't like this shit.
Right, it's crazy.
It's really crazy. Like I didn't realize when I'm standing there at the fish section, I'm like, what?
Right.
That's how much I would pay for a total shopping experience of getting stuff filleted and everything. $35. I'm walking away with several options.
Right. It's expensive, man. Down there, you're by the water and everything, it's so plentiful. It's so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can, so you have so much of course, the price is gonna go down. Here, it's a little bit more rare to find certain things.
Shout out to the Fish Depot in Boynton Beach. Fish Depot, that was a spot.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to them right now, man. I hope they're doing all right down there.
Oh,
it's been crazy.
Yeah, the weather and
it's been crazy.
The ocean and the hurricane. And now it's working its way up here. The leftovers are coming up here.
Yeah, a little bit of rain, man.
Wind.
Yeah, and wind. A little rain and wind, whatever. It ain't gonna do nothing too crazy. By the time it gets up here, it's changed dynamic and all that kind of stuff.
It's downgraded.
It's downgraded. We miss a lot of that weather and
Thank
stuff
goodness.
in this area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was watching. We just kind of talking today, right?
Yes, go for it.
I was watching. What's his name? Trevor Noah.
Yeah.
Did you hear about him?
That he's stepping down.
Stepping down 7 years. right?
Yes.
And so I'm sitting here watching him. He's cracking jokes and stuff, and you can tell he's getting a little bit emotional. But he wasn't like ODing on the emotion, nothing like that. And he's talking about how it's been a great ride and so on and so forth and whatnot. And got to a certain point, and I started getting a little bit emotional. And I thought to myself, the older I get, the more emotional I get.
How about that?
The more emotional I am.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. Like, and of course, in my older age, in my stage in life, it's crying. It's not, like when you were young, like crying was a shameful thing. Like the older dudes taught us, you don't cry no matter what. You can break your damn kneecap off. They'd be like, don't be crying. Tough it out. So it's just interesting. Have you found that at all? Like your emotions changed as the older you get, that they change in any way?
I've always been a crier.
Well, not just crying, but anything, like any type of emotions.
Things bother me more. I think if I see certain things, they might not sit right with my spirit. I see something, it'll affect me in a way. I'll feel overwhelmed with whatever that emotion is. Yeah. And I'll be like, oh, I can't, this is too much, or I have to step back. I notice that I am way more humanly conscious of certain things.
And more in touch. So you're more in touch with your own emotions?
I believe.
You think?
I believe.
That's interesting. So is it, and I'm just asking, like, is it that, and I think I am too, but is it that we're more in touch, or we are just more accepting of being in touch? Because I think at certain points, I know for a man and as a boy, you tuck your emotions as opposed to dealing with them. And then as a black community too, we do a lot of that. Yeah. We've done a lot of that, but now it seems like people are like, you were making me feel uncomfortable. Oh, yes. I need to let you know that right now.
Don't shame me.
No. Nobody shaming.
Nobody shaming.
Nobody shaming. No shaming.
A constant.
It's crazy, right?
No, but I am, like, when I look at world issues or world like disasters or war, you know what really hit me? George Floyd, that whole period when we were home for COVID. Yeah. When we were home for COVID, and I felt trauma. Yeah. I felt trauma in every part of my body, and I felt like I couldn't, like I had to step away. I had to look away. When I actually did finally watch it, I was so overwhelmed with emotion. I felt so sick. I felt so overwhelmed and I just felt it everywhere.
That's something that I've heard people say, like you have to be conscious of what you allow into your, you know what I'm saying, your whole aura, your essence, your body, your mind. You have to be careful of that. Like I saw a video the other day, and I think one of my boys posted it into our chat, and it was like a murder or something like that. I think the police killed somebody, and at that moment I was like, I'm not watching this. I don't want to watch someone get killed right now. Right. I've seen that before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't want to allow that until I don't need that right now.
It brings me back to Tentacion. What was his
Triple
name?
X, yeah.
Triple X. I didn't know what I was watching.
Oh, the documentary.
Instagram. No, the
live. God. Oh man, yeah. When they caught him in his car and stuff.
I was watching it on Instagram.
That's right, 'cause you were in Florida at the time.
I was in Florida, and it was somehow I clicked on the live situation that was going on, and I didn't realize what it was. Man. And I was just like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. They put this on, like, who would do this to someone? Who would put this on? Just no human decency, no care for life, no anything. Everyone's trying to film and get everything, get the moment and all that without the decency and the respect of someone who is dying.
Going viral is a priority these days. Remember back in the day, they used to have those videos, Faces of Death, I think they were called. No. Oh, you didn't know about those? No. Like these videos, and it's like a VHS back in the day. What? And it's like all these different gruesome, like people actually getting, killed or mutated or mutilated, and all those types of things. And it was kind of like one of those taboo things, like, yo, you gotta face the death, tape. Let's go. We gonna watch that or whatever, or not watch it. Like I don't want to watch that. Now, this shit is common. It's just like everything is for public consumption. Everything.
I don't want to watch it. I didn't want to watch Mike Brown get shot in the street. And then to see the rage and the pain of the parents and the protests,
man,
and all of that kind of stuff. It was a lot. It was a lot for me. I felt exhausted. I felt drained. I felt pain.
Yeah, it's ill, man. It's ill. It's you really have to be conscious of the type of shit you consume, and that that comes off of the first part of this conversation. You have to be conscious of what you consume physically into your body. Absolutely. And what you take into your mind, man, because it's one is connected to the other.
Absolutely. Absolutely connected.
It's connected to the other, man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, cheers to awareness.
What are we cheering into? That was heavy.
Yeah, that's a little heavy, man. We need some laughs or something. Dang, ain't no guys messing up out here and cheating on their girlfriends and wives.
No, that was last week.
That was last week. This week we got it together.
This week is Fashion Week.
Fashion Week.
Paris.
Oh yeah. Fashion Week was in New York a couple weeks ago too.
Yeah, it was in New York.
Yeah. I saw some
Milan
cats out there. I saw
last week.
Kanye and who was that he was with?
Badu.
He was with Badu, and it was somebody else, the black model. I can't remember her name. Naomi. Was it Naomi? I think he was with too. Yeah, I saw Erica had a lot of good stuff to say about him on her post, whatever else dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's good to see people sticking with each other. It's like it gives you a glimpse into how a person might be outside of the media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get a lot of other people vouching for a person. It's like, okay, well,
yeah.
They see something in this person. So it's kind of dope, her speaking highly about him like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's all the people out there at the fashion shows and all that other crazy shit. I mean, it's wild. Would you ever want to experience that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Fashion Week in Paris?
Hell yeah. Or Milan. Absolutely. Because it's different there. The fashions are different there. The energy is different there because these designers are showcasing the new.
The new. They're showcasing stuff that's not even meant to be sold.
Yeah, the new.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched Christian Louboutin today. He had
the way you said that.
He had a live stream on Facebook, the preview of his new shoes. And that's always been like one of my things to get a pair of red bottoms, but I just haven't done it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was great. It was entertaining. It was very Moulin Rouge. Very.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it, man. I be seeing West Side Gun over there all the time. Saying he be out there doing this, on this fashion thing. Your boy West Side. Hey yo.
Look
at you over there clapping. People don't know this about Trina, yo. Trina hood sometimes, yo. I'm telling you, yo. She bought that life. I love it, yo.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
What else is on your mind?
Quieting the mind.
Ooh, that sounds deep.
Quieting the mind. As you know, I like to read this book called Vibrate Higher Daily.
Yeah.
It's a great book. And it talks about just various ways for you to raise your vibration and to watch the vibrations that you welcome into yourself. And I read a chapter about changing your mindset on things. Like maybe you're addressing things, looking at them in a negative way, or just the manner in which you're looking at something. And can you flip that into something positive?
Okay.
Can you look at it in a positive way? Can you find a positive outcome, or can you find a positive path to take in the things instead of approaching them with the negativity or with the just all the things that race in your head?
Just a positive outlook on things.
A positive outlook on things. So that, and just quieting all the other
the chatter,
the static, the chatter and the static in your head, and the racing thoughts and all these things. So I've been working a lot at that.
You feel like you had a need to focus on that area?
Absolutely. I think that in this day and age of consuming so much information, say on social media, say listen to other podcasts, say YouTube, say books that you're reading, audio books that you're listening to, and so many different things that I'm bringing in, that my brain is like in overdrive of this way, that way, this way, that way, and just having to just like stop and create just a narrow path to focus on.
Yeah.
And not overwhelm myself with so many things. Well, I should be doing this. Well, why am I not doing that? Or this such and such said that you should be doing X, Y, and Z for your business to do blah, 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 blah. And over here said blah, 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 blah. And why don't I have this? Or maybe I should be doing that. And why isn't my page doing this? And all that stuff. Just the hard pause.
I mean, this kind of it kind of goes back into what we were just talking about. What you take into your, in your brain, what you consume. And this within the age of social media, there's this constant information. If you think about when CNN first came out,
yes,
they were the first 24-hour news channel, right? Now look, I mean, it's just everybody. It's just constant information. Content. You can wake up in the middle of the night, not being able to sleep at 3:30, and open your phone up and scroll senselessly and endlessly, and it's taking in information, and people telling you all types of things. That's people telling you how great their lives are, which could make you reflect on your own life and what you're not doing or where you think you should be based off of what other people are doing out here on social media and shit like that. When it's not even real.
6-figure entrepreneurs.
All that shit.
Millionaire entrepreneurs. I do this from home 100%. Or this is how I've helped other people do blah, blah, blah. Or this is how you should run your LLC.
My ebook.
My ebook. Yes. All these things. And then add in, say, listening to a finance person or Earn Your Leisure or...
Shout out to Earn Your Leisure.
Shout out to Earn Your Leisure because they give great stuff.
I love them.
Or I can't think of her name.
There's all types.
Yeah, just so much information, and it makes, for me, if I have too much information or if I have too many distractions or whatever, it just makes me stagnant. Like I just won't do anything because I'm so overwhelmed. I'll just be like, well, I'm just not gonna do nothing.
Right.
And that's not a great path to take either.
Right. And the good thing is that we have each other at this point. So I'll be like, hey, so what's up? What's good? What we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's focus and shit and just get refocused and just do these things, whatever. It's crazy, yo.
It really
it's crazy.
is.
You go ahead.
I was gonna say, even with like your weight and working out and healthy lifestyle, all those things, there's a whole rabbit hole of that sometimes I can go down and I'll be like, oh my gosh, maybe I should be doing kettlebells. Maybe I should be doing this. Maybe I should be doing it. And it's just like,
it's crazy
all over the place when I have a perfectly fine weight loss program that I already paid for, and all I need to do is just go and go log in and go watch it.
I'd be like, well, you got results out of doing this.
Absolutely.
And it's always easier said than done. It's always easy for me being on the outside to just remind you of what worked for you and so on and so forth. But I have my own struggles when I step away from something, when I stray away from what I'm supposed to do. It's tough getting back to it. It's easy to think, I'm gonna just binge for a while, then I'm gonna just go back and do that shit because I know it worked for me. Yeah. And then when it's time to go back, you be like, I still want pizza. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of getting off on a tangent a little bit, but
no, but I get you.
But yeah, man, it's no joke. I found that I really have to be in touch with who I am and my purpose, my why, and what makes me happy. Yeah. So am I here to make $10 million? Do I want to be a millionaire? I'm not so sure. Would I accept it if I got there? Yes, well, I think I would take it. I would accept it if I got there doing something that I love to do. You know what I mean? And doing things that I love to do brings me so much fulfillment and happiness that I just do them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when other people are saying all these things, well, what you should be doing and so on and so forth, I want to succeed. I want to build. I get some joy out of having successful business behind my creativity and shit like that. But it's just like, just getting in touch with who I am, my purpose. Somebody else's success might not be my success.
Yeah.
And that's just it. Cool, man. I'm happy for you. You doing your thing. That's dope. I don't really want to do what you're doing.
Right.
I want to do.
There's a lot of that I realize that I don't really want to do.
Yeah.
It's just not me. Like there's certain things that I be like, nah, I can't do that.
You don't want to work in the wine in like a restaurant pouring wine.
Right.
You don't want to
do that. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. And and I was like, we went to a couple of wine shops that that sell bottles and stuff. And I'm like, damn, this shit seems fun. Like just being here and being absorbed in the.
Now that was fun.
Yeah, but you was like, I don't want to be worried about all that inventory and stuff.
Oh yeah, but the inventory is real. Inventory is real, and the broken bottles are real.
Ooh, we didn't even talk about that.
Let me tell you, being in the back because a bottle broke either during transport and it arrives to you broken in the containers from UPS, FedEx, whoever, when they deliver the large cases.
That's
and
a whole thing.
The pallets, and then you're cleaning up, and then you're zeroing out the damage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then the bottles that didn't get damaged, but the labels are all destroyed because it was in the box that busted. And so now you got to zero those out too. But everybody can take those home. Everybody can take one home because they're damaged.
Right.
And we can't sell them in the store.
Yeah. I mean, I learned that about you early on. You're like, no, I don't do that.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed introducing people to new wines and all that kind of stuff. And I enjoyed talking to people, and I enjoyed breaking the stereotypes because people were very standoffish to me. Like I didn't know what I was talking about wine in the wine shop.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
And then they would be coming back next week like, that bottle you recommended
right.
me, I
it
think
worked
I want
out really well.
I think I want a case.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold it against you, Karen. But that's what we're here for, though. You know what I'm saying? You in the wine business, me in the whiskey arenas, and we both used to being in spaces where we are the only people, or maybe one or two or three that look like us.
Yes.
Among many others, and I love it. I thrive in those areas, yo.
I have my moments. I mean, sometimes I'm good,
right?
Sometimes I'm just like. I have to talk to myself. I have to okay, be prepared.
Right.
Be prepared. You're just going to be in this space and just be prepared and be prepared to shine more or do more or walk around and speak and shake hands and kiss babies and do all that.
Babies.
Do all that stuff. Do all of those things because they're going to be standoffish to you.
You know what was always fun for me when I get those standoffish people or people who, have certain type of energy towards me, but then there's a big group of people who know me in the industry and they instantly kind of put me up on the pedestal oh Brocky this that and the third then the other person
be like
it's so funny, man. I swear to God, it's so funny. I've seen it so many times.
I've watched it happen.
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
When we went to the last dinner that we went to.
Yes.
What was that?
The cognac joint.
Yeah. I saw.
We saw it out there. It's funny. Yeah. It'd be a couple people. They like, because when I go into a space, I'm unapologetically me.
Yes.
Right, I got this is my look. I have a hat on. Yep. I'm gonna have my glasses on. I'm if I feel like being a B-boy that day, I'm gonna be a B-boy that day. Yep. If I feel like dressing up or down, it is what I'm always gonna be me.
Absolutely.
And they can go there however they want to go. I expect them to be them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they're like, who's this guy? A rapper or something? I don't know. And I'm telling you all about these whiskey, and I'm not a whiskey educator. I'm not that, but I do know things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I have fun. I have fun with it. So when I notice it and I can really, grab it by the reins and kind of have fun with it, I will take advantage of the opportunity. It's hilarious.
Definitely.
Yeah. So and then I've seen you crush it out there in the wine spaces too. I'm quick to be like, she's Sam.
And I'll be like, please don't call me that. Please don't call me that. Thank you.
You work for it, yo. You know what I'm saying? People gotta recognize, or as the boot camp clique back in the day said, they had to recognize
Man.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you though. Are you about to say something? Go ahead.
No. My nose. That was me clicking my head back.
Clicking your head back. We should have taken. We took a break a couple seconds ago, man. You could have got some Kleenex or something.
It's not like that. It's stuffed up.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's that.
What the hell? You gonna have one of those nights tonight?
I hope not.
I hope not, man.
You're gonna have to make me something to clear my nostrils.
What the hell do I know about that? What do I do?
You all them whiskey cocktails you be making.
Oh Lord, you just want to get drunk. She just wants to be drunk through it. God. So let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
What do people in relationships do with their condoms once they get into a relationship?
Oh gosh, are you doing this? Are you doing this right now?
What do people do with all the condoms that they have when you get into a relationship? Do you think about it? Do you consciously find them and seek them out? Because everybody got them in one spot in the stash. What?
Well, what did you do with yours?
Threw them out.
Okay.
Yeah, I threw them out. Whatever I had, I threw them out.
Okay. Well, I realized that I still have some in the drawer.
Oh, you don't say.
You know, I just admitted this a few minutes ago. You set me up.
Tell us more. What were you planning on doing though? We've been together for 2 years now. So
I just need to throw them away. I mean, but they're like gluten-free, vegan, like, you know, they're
gluten-free condoms.
Oh gosh.
I'm just curious of what our listeners do. Our listeners who are in relationships. When did you get rid of the condoms?
Am I red? Because I feel like I'm so red now.
Can y'all hear her redness through the airways, the listeners?
Oh my goodness.
All those podcast listeners.
What do you do with your condoms once you're in a relationship? Do you get rid of them?
Do you how long? Maybe the better question is, how long do you keep them?
Because you forget about them. I mean, you don't see them. Like, you know, if you have like a little box or something, a little, you know.
That's what you had. You had a little box.
I can't stand you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I knew this was gonna be a snippet.
Why are you slamming your fist into your thighs right now?
Because I'm being so exposed right now. I still have condoms in my house. Okay.
Why do you have condoms, yo?
Man, I forgot. And it was like when I saw the thing about the black guy with the condom business. Shout out to B Condoms, black owned condoms.
Yeah, shout out to them, man.
They are now being sold in Targets, Walmarts, and now officially CVS. I said, oh yeah, because I was reading they're vegan, they're organic, no casein, no parabens. What did he say? Gluten free and something else.
Oh, these yours? These your condoms? Oh, I thought you had the ingredients memorized. I was about to say, God dang.
No, that was that guy.
Yeah,
that was
I'm just messing with you. Know
but I did have vegan gluten free condoms. You know, because you don't, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hey.
But if you see these dogs in your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard. Bing bong.
Oh, you wrong for this. You're so wrong for this.
Trina is no joke, yo.
I was being safe.
That's good. That's a good thing.
I was
safety is good.
Preparing to be safe. You know, preparing.
Right.
Prepared to be safe. So, yeah.
That's hilarious, man. I just found out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was like, wow. I don't have any condoms.
It's not like
I know. I know. Love you.
I love you too, but you're wrong for this. You're
wrong for this. I mean, it's a good question for people out there. If you're listening to this,
if you are in a relationship,
when did you get rid of your condom? Like, getting rid of the condoms a sign of the seriousness of the relationships? Because nobody trying to go back to the store and spend that $11.89 for that 12 pack or whatever the hell it is.
Well, we were convinced that nobody uses condoms now because some of these people with multiple amounts of children.
NBA young boy got 20. What? No, 10 kids.
10 kids.
He's 22.
Have mercy.
I mean, that's I don't know. I mean, I don't be judging people who be having multiple kids. If you got the money.
That's a lot, though.
That's a lot. That's a lot of kids, yo.
That's a lot of kids.
Maybe going back to like, during the time of our grandparents or shit like that. They had like 12, 13 siblings.
Yeah, my grandmother, she was one of 12.
Inflation cut that shit off. Like, yo,
Let's say, you can't afford these children.
Can't afford them.
Can't afford them. It was like the average child costs $100,000 to take care of for a lifetime.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
For their span of their 0 to 18.
That's nonsense right there.
It increases every year. They say how much the average cost is to take care of a child.
Man. Yeah, you talking about college, man? Come on.
Oh, please. We didn't even talk about the college. They're talking about till 18.
That's a whole other episode.
That's a whole nother situation.
We're going to have a whole episode called Fuck These Kids.
No, we are not going to do that. Our kids would be so upset with us.
No, your kids would be upset with you. Todd would be like, y'all crazy. Y'all funny.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you.
Yes, you can. You knew I was gonna bring that. I got it on my notes right. You just forgot about it, though.
I forgot about it. I thought you were joking when you said you were.
Thought it was a joke.
What do you do?
Hey man. So quieting your mind.
Yeah.
Is there a practice? Is there like does what is it called? A meditation help you with that?
When we first met, I was meditating. And I was pretty good. Mm-hmm. It was great. It was a requirement of my wake ups every morning. And recently I have since stopped meditating and now trying to get back into it.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. I definitely have just been like, oh my gosh, sitting here for 15 minutes or 13 minutes. And it's like, I use the Calm app and I do a guided meditation.
Did you join back up?
I didn't join. I'm doing a free week
the free
right
thing.
now.
Yeah, I looked at it too. I'll get it back too.
Yeah, but I'm trying to wait for Christmas because they do the Black Friday 50% off for a year.
Christmas is like 3 months away. Yo, what you talking about?
How cheap.
Damn, all types of shit can happen to us between now and then. How much is it? Like $30-some a year?
It's $67.
$67 a year? Come on, man. You can spend $60-some
I know.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but no, I probably will get back to it.
Me too. They have a family plan. We can fake it. We can fake it till we make it.
We do a family plan.
Fake it till we make it.
I love it.
Yeah. Shoot, you can share that joint, yo. Cause I had it too. It was helping me a lot with my sleep. And then we met and everything, and then my sleep got much better and whatnot. But this
Why
been a couple years.
Better?
Well, you know what I'm saying. No, listen, little fried chicken and fried chicken sits good on the belly, yo. Put you to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
That fried chicken,
the jerk chicken thighs and rice and beans. That'll put you to sleep. And then, but no, recently my insomnia has kicked back in full fledged. In the past, I think it's been about 2 months now. I mean, it's always there, but now it's been busting my ass. There's a pause, and so the Calm app helped me out a lot. And this is not a commercial for the Calm app.
No, this isn't.
It's not a commercial,
this
man.
Is
But it did help though. You know what I'm saying?
Slot.
So I might have to join back up too.
We're just talking about things that work for us, and I really enjoyed it. It was great. Even when I was in therapy, I was still using it, and then at some point it ran out in like December because I had it for a year. It was December. I had it for a year, and then I didn't renew it because I was cheap because I didn't have another coupon code for 50%.
You are the coupon queen.
I be looking for my codes, man. I want my codes, my 50%. If you are at a checkout, if you're online virtually, you're shopping or you're about to check out, and you see where it has that thing to enter the code, I will stop everything and go Google.
I do that sometimes too.
And get the code.
You can find them sometimes
because you can find them.
Yeah.
There's some sort of savings that you should get. You should never pay for anything full price.
Well, there's certain things that you're not gonna get that over the fence.
Okay, well I know your Yeezys are never gonna be happening.
Them shit ain't going on sale. Yo, how you feel about the fall, man? Fall is here.
I don't like the cold.
Don't you like the clothes, the fashion though?
I could stay in swimsuits year round. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with no socks.
Yo, I love
and
the fall,
shoes,
man.
and I'm perfectly fine. We are a tropical people. We are not Nordics.
No, not at all. Not in the slightest.
But I mean, it's okay. I guess I just gotta find my groove with it.
Yeah, you do. Do you have to reset every fall and like winter time? Do you have to find your groove every year?
Well, since I've been back here, it's been hard. Winters have been very
Tough,
hard,
right.
especially living in my place and how drafty and cold it gets.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Well, we plan on moving in a few months, so
Oh my
like
goodness.
4 or 5 months.
Y'all ready, party people, for the
4 months.
for the Brocky and Trina moving?
Yeah, right. And talk about it. We have get our pod studio
Yeah,
popping. You know what I mean? I can't wait for that. So
I'm looking forward to that.
we're gonna do a GoFundMe or some shit. 'Cause shit's expensive.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
It's expensive out here.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we plan on moving February, I think we said.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the plan. January, February.
End of January.
Yeah, end of January.
End of January.
Beginning of February. So
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to pack my stuff.
I know you are. Yeah, your place is drafty as shit. So it'd be crazy. We gotta get the plastic to put on your door this year.
Oh my gosh, the fact that we even have to do that is ridiculous.
I know 2022. Come on,
Come
man.
on.
In a place, not even just 2022, but in a place that has like central air, shit like that. It's like,
should not have to do
you shouldn't
that.
have to do all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, back home, back in Rochester, we used to put plastic over our windows every winter until they got them joints replaced. But because it would be crazy. It'd be freezing in there. Then my pops be in there. He don't want to turn the thermostat up and shit. They got like a kerosene heater. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
it'd be warm in that section
Right.
of the house. Then the other parts of the house is frigid.
Freezing.
Like this dude, man, it's crazy, son.
Yeah.
Crazy, but yeah, man, it's good catching up with you.
That's good. Catching up with you, too.
Funny enough, I still learn things when we have these conversations, and we're around each other every single day.
Yeah, like, okay. Speaking of that, things that you like to do for fun.
Yeah,
I just learned this year that you're a football guy.
yeah. Just like last weekend.
Last weekend, I just learned that. We have been together for 2 years, 2 whole football seasons.
Yeah,
And I did not know.
really. This is the third. What is this?
Yeah.
September. This is the third football season.
How did I miss that?
Last year I really didn't. First year I didn't care because we met, and so I was just anytime we can be out and about, I wanted to be out and about. So I didn't care about football. Then last year I just didn't watch a lot.
Okay.
And it's just starting up this year, and it's been a couple of Sundays. I'm like, I want to watch some football, and you don't have the channels at your house.
No, I
And
don't.
I got them all.
I'm a streaming system at my house.
I got Red Zone at my house, and you know what Red Zone is?
Yes, it jumps to whenever the team is in the red zone. It jumps, and you get to see the plays.
You get to see every single touchdown, and I love football.
Yeah, so I learned that this weekend, you guys.
Yeah, so that's like come on over and hang out, have something to do.
Yeah, have something to do.
But there's certain things that football can never keep me from. So I'm just letting you know that right now. Calm your shoulders down. Your shoulders are doing too much right now.
So that's what I gotta do. That's all I gotta do.
I'm just saying. You already know my stance. I don't give. There's the movie good enough. Yo,
Wait,
yeah,
So now I learned that, and I have to adjust my Sundays because he said a brother wants to watch football, and I was like, huh?
Yeah, sometimes I want to watch football, but I don't mind going out. So I said, I'm not one of those. Don't plan nothing on Sunday because I'm watching football. I'm not one of those dudes. But when I do settle in, like sometimes, Sunday, you know how Sundays be sometimes. You just laying around all day sometimes. You just want to, you do shit so much throughout the week. Sunday comes, you just kind of rest. You might fall asleep. Sometimes I like to nestle in and just sit there and just let the football go, yo.
Yeah.
It's a nice retreat from the daily editing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I'm constantly editing. Like Whiskey and Kicks isn't as busy right now, so that did take a little bit off my plate. But with Where's Brunch, I'm constantly editing, making clips, so on and so forth, and just working towards that. And then I work from home as well. Yeah. So Sunday comes and it's like,
you want to unplug? I'm
tired. I want to unplug sometimes. Sometimes, yeah. And that's why I like that we go to brunch on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I like being home on Sundays, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes it's nice to sneak out on Sundays too, though. Yeah. So we have a good balance, I think. But yeah, you did just learn that about me the other day.
I just learned that. So I was like, well, maybe while he does football, I can do yoga. I can get back into it.
There you go. Yeah, but yeah, and we can be around each other too. Yeah, like I don't. It's not like I don't want you around.
I can still do yoga on the floor. Like we were.
Listen, we were halfway successful the other day. Like we were in the bedroom. You had your laptop. You was doing stuff, and I was laying there watching football, and I wasn't feeling good that day. Right. That's when my stomach was crazy the night before. Mm-hmm. And that day ended up being nuts. But I'm sitting there laying there watching football. I get a little chilly. I go grab a blanket, and now it was a wrap. Yo. She crawled right under that. She would close her laptop, put her little tablet away, and climb right under that blanket with me. And
you grabbed that blanket so we can snuggle together. Stop acting like you.
We're gonna roll with that. Yes. That's why I did it. It wasn't just that I was chilly. I was like, I'm gonna distract her from doing the stuff that she wants to do.
Yes, I'm gonna pull the blanket out.
That was a wrap.
That
was hilarious, man. So,
what were we watching?
I was watching football.
Wait, didn't we turn something else?
We ended up turning something else.
Oh, okay.
Because you was like, so we really gonna watch football? I'm like, I'm not gonna have this conversation right now. It's cool. Yeah. But I'm gonna have to let her know. I like football,
and he did. He sent me a text the next day.
I fuck with football.
I like football. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It's like, how did I just learn this?
The things you learn. It's never too late to stop to keep, to learn something.
Right.
Learn
so what did you learn about me this week?
I'm not saying this week. I'm just saying, like, when we have these conversations, I learn things about you. Not necessarily just specific things, but just how you deal with things, the type of things that might be going through your mind and stuff like that, the things that you might be dealing with or whatever. So doing this pod kind of does that for us. But, yo.
Yeah.
It's been another good week, yo.
It has.
We're not going to keep y'all for a long time, man. We don't do the long outros.
Okay.
This is Brocky, man.
It's Trina Marie.
And this is the Where's Brunch podcast, episode 5. In the bag.
Five.
I'm doing pretty good as far as geniuses go.